It's a big vision, 2 towers, 8 stories high for high-end condos along the St. Joseph River.
But another downtown developer says plans for the Cascade condominiums on the old wharf site aren't good for the city. WSBT's Kelli Stopczynski looked into that. Kelli, we're talking about the area right across the river from the Century Center.
And Jennifer, with some of the best views of the city. Just a couple hours ago, the Area Board of Zoning Appeals approved developers' plans to build those 2 8-story high-rises. They had to ask special permission for the buildings to be that tall. The Cascades architect says it's important to do something significant on the old wharf site.
We firmly believe that once the structure's up in the air and people can walk into it and feel it and sense it, look out the windows and see what they're surrounded by, they'll become extremely excited.
So developers are going big, bigger than anything else in the East Bank neighborhood. In fact, the top part of the buildings will be about 90 feet in the air. The highest condos 75 feet up, 8 stories tall.
We've spent 2 years studying this. In drawings and in 3D. We've walked the site. We've been there. I eat my lunch there many times during a month. And I really believe that having views and vistas and sharing that and not building a low-rise structures that are contiguous and long and block views.
Changing the policy from 5-story to 8 will have drastic consequences for the neighborhood. It'll reduce light on sidewalks. It'll cast bigger shadows. The tall buildings are more imposing. It's less pedestrian friendly.
Dave Matthews is their competition. He built and filled the East Bank townhomes across the street from the Cascade site. He also built the River Race townhomes near the Emporium building.
The homeowners who purchased from us at East Bank at the townhomes on Niles Avenue bought into the character of this neighborhood, which is that everything's about 5 stories or less. And it has a more personable feel than the tall buildings we have on the other side of the river.
But Matthews lost his argument. The Board of Zoning Appeals says downtown needs something like this. But there are stipulations. The Cascade developers agreed today to meet specific deadlines in their project so that area has a look that's good for the city. Those developers tell us the first building should be up next year. The second will be built about 1.5 to 2 years later. And a third, much smaller building with shops and offices will come after that. Jennifer?
So some of the details, Kelli, coming out here, but developers really aren't talking publicly about other parts of this project.
They say there are interested buyers for the 24 condos, but they won't talk about how many or a price point. The developers want to ask the city for money. They also, though, haven't done that. We don't know how much they're looking for either.
All right, Kelli, thanks.